I am pumped for you all. Today, we're going to be talking about how to turn your content into a money-making machine, and nobody better than Adam to teach this. He has taken his own blog from 0 to 500,000 monthly visitors in under 2 years, while at a side job on the side, while at his full-time job. He'll go into his full story in a second, but it's pretty cool that that little side hustle has now generated 140,000 a month in revenue and over 100,000 a month in profits to this day. And so we're going to really dive deep into that whole strategy. Of course, Jarvis is a part of that. And pretty much everybody on this call are customers. So you already know how to use Jarvis. We're going to be talking about the ecosystem around that, the strategies, because you already have the tools. Now you might want to figure out, how do I use this tool to actually generate some money? And so that's what we'll be talking about, is the ecosystem around the tool. So really pumped for this training. I think everybody should expect about 40 minutes of solid content. Then we'll do like 5 to 10 minutes of Q&A, and then I have something really exciting to share at the end. So stick around there.
Today, we're going to talk about turning your content into a money-making machine. We have, keyword research, SEO, content marketing, but how do we actually take that content from the page, from the article, and make as much money as possible with that content, whether we're a solopreneur or a marketer or an entrepreneur, or a blogger, take that information and, how do we monetize that information? So that's what we're going to cover today. So first of all, who am I? Well, I'm a lot like everybody in this group. Just 3 years ago, back in 2019, I was working at a company called Big Commerce in Austin, Texas. I was stressed out, man. I was living in downtown Austin at the time, and I was working a lot. I was, driving to work in the morning, getting home at 6:30, going to these weekly business review meetings, crunching numbers all the time. I was living downtown. I was kind of living for the weekends, but I wasn't saving money. I wasn't able to build real wealth for myself. And I was pretty stressed out to the max. I actually remember going to my office and feeling physically ill one day because I was just so stressed out. So I was an affiliate manager. So I was managing Big Commerce's affiliate program and their 4,000 affiliates, helping them promote our software. So I saw that side, and I saw all these people making tons of money with affiliate marketing. And at the same time, I was working really closely with our SEO team, really at the cutting edge of this tech startup SEO and what startup teams do to scale their content marketing efforts. So I saw this money being made. I saw how to acquire traffic, and I thought to myself, maybe I should try this for myself. So what I did is I took these startup principles and applied them to my personal brand at Enfroy.com. And I didn't want to write about just one niche site. I don't want to write just about e-commerce or something like that. I wanted to take the strategies of a company like a G2 or a HubSpot or one of these larger technology, software, large media companies, and apply them to my brand. So I started writing about all kinds of different software, affiliate articles, how-to posts on making money online and blogging. And in short, the process worked. I left my job within 7 months. So I was making more money than my full-time salary, over 6 figures, within 7 months. And that's when I left, and I was able to travel the world. I was so lucky. I traveled to 10 countries in 2019, right before the pandemic hit, luckily. But my life is so much different today than it was before. So I live in Florida. I just got married in June. My blog currently makes consistently now about 140 a month, 40,000 a month. I write to 500,000 monthly readers, and I teach hundreds of students now. So I love teaching. I love taking these principles of blogging and teaching them to newcomers, because we're all new bloggers. I'm a new blogger. I started within the last 3 years. A lot of the people teaching this started back in 2010, 2012, and are teaching the same outdated advice. So my question I always pose is, if you follow advice from people who got started in 2010, are you going to succeed in 2021, 2022? The answer is probably not. AI writing tools didn't exist back then. Surfer SEO and these semantic SEO tools didn't exist back then. So how can we compete? Well, we need to update our strategies. And what I'm teaching today is brand new. Here's a little shot of my Ahrefs profile from a couple days ago, I want to say. This is organic traffic. The number of organic keywords that I rank for on Google, 400,000. Traffic's a little bit of an overestimate. It's more around 500,000. But the traffic value is really high, over $1 million. Thousands of backlinks that I built. And we're going to go over some of these strategies today to replicate my success. And here's just a quick QuickBooks screenshot from last month, November 2021. You can see the income was $158,800, and then net income, so basically profit, was $107.6K. And a lot of the costs here are basically my business partner, contractor costs, and future growth. So we're helping scale my YouTube channel, which you can check out if you search my name. We're growing the content side of the business. Really, like, we're deep in the weeds of blogging. We're writing, consistently 12 to 20 articles a month, updating 12 to 20 articles a month, doing tons of content. We're still in the weeds, in the thick of it, and trying to scale and grow that business. And blogging, when you're creating a content business, the great thing is profit margins are super high. If I was just if I cut back and didn't want to grow, I'd probably be spending about 5 to 10K a month just on software and some little things that I need, but we're really projecting future growth. So we're going to cover first, what is blog content today? What really is it? Well, when I think of a blog, what people tend to think of, if I tell my mom I'm a blogger, she's going to be like, oh, that's cute. Do you tell them about your life and what you're doing today and write recipes and stuff? I'm like, no, that's not actually what blogging is anymore. It's no longer updating an audience about your life and what things are going on. It's not writing every single word yourself and, people teaching you to write about your passions, stay consistent, and then one day you'll make money. And it's also not ranking for low competition keywords anymore easily or with thin content. It's not just only going after long tail keywords or creating a tiny niche site. Blogging today is a lot different. It's an evergreen Google driven engine. So it's a way to rank over time, create content that ranks month after month after month and brings new traffic to your website from Google. It's also being a mediator of purchase decisions. We'll go over that in the next few slides. It's competing with real companies and brands online. Many of these competitive searches, you're going to get e-commerce brands, software companies, blogs, affiliates, agency, all kinds of different websites competing for the same real estate. Blogging today is also knowing what your content is worth. And I'm going to go over an exercise later in this that shows you exactly how to understand what your content is worth to make more money from it. And blogging is updating your strategies for the 2020s. Because, hey, it's almost 2022. We're in the future yet. Blogging is actually only growing. People that are searching for information online and using Google is growing still exponentially. So it's bigger than ever, and the opportunity is still there. When I say bloggers are mediators, what I mean is that a blog lives between a Google search and a purchase. Blogs mediate information, and that is where they make the most money. To make money with content, typically a purchase of some kind has to be made. So if somebody's searching for an affiliate example, best laptops, best credit cards, best CRM software, best camping gear, best hiking poles, best outdoor grills, any of these things, typically when they're looking for the best options, they're looking for a review post. That blog content is providing the content and information and reviews to the affiliate link for that person to make a purchase. Now, this reader may be completely unaware of the affiliate model that they're in. They just see an article, they see your face on the blog, they're saying this is number one, click through that link and buy it. That's the affiliate model for bloggers. Marketers are also mediators of purchase decisions. So if you're working at a startup and your company is a project management software, people are going to be searching Google for project management tools similar to what blogs might rank for, how to use the software, what is agile project management, all these different things. But the blog is also mediating that reader's interest in that consideration stage to get them to either free trial or email opt-in or to become a customer. So either way, blogs are living in the middle and providing the content and the recommendations. And the way to make money with your content and recommendations is to do that with purchase intent. So real quick too, we're all competing as brands. If we look at this search for CRM software as the keyword on Google, Salesforce is in there at number one. Then we have, as a company, Zoho, Keep, HubSpot, but then we also have some blogs like G2, Software Advice, and PC Mag. And you'll see that UR column there is the URL rating and the number in the hundreds or thousands of backlinks to these articles. So very competitive, some of these keywords. So the key is finding these new and trending emerging product categories and things that you can monetize that aren't that competitive yet. Competition is only increasing. This is one that I wrote on how to start a blog. And, when you look at those URL ratings, that's literally like a domain authority of 70 on that one article for First Site Guide, a 72. So it's super competitive. I built links to this article for about 2.5 years. And I'm still finally cracked page one, but some of this stuff takes a long time. So it's all about, there's very few blue oceans anymore. You have to go where the fish are, where people are actually searching for, but you need to find uptrending information and things that you can rank for. And to do that, you have to figure out, what the hell do we actually write? Like, we can do keyword research. We can live in these tools and these reports, and we can go on competition numbers and these little like metrics, but we have to really understand what to actually write. So to do that, how do we make content and make money with content in the 2020s? Well, first, I'm going to go through this real quick, and then we'll take a quick break and have a few questions. But first, you need a content assembly line. So if you're a blogger or you're working for your company's blog, you need a way to get content to rank and to make money. It's that simple. However, content takes time to rank, and not every article is going to rank. You could write 10 articles, maybe 2 of them rank. So in a content assembly line, we're creating monetizable content in a structured way so that we can make the most money. We don't want to spend hours and hours and hours at first writing all 10 of these articles if 8 of them might not rank. So how do we develop this system that works with Google and how their search engine works to scale our content building efforts? And how do we make the most money in the shortest time frame possible? The answer is scaling our content. So it's a pretty simple process. And this is what I use. So first, number one is keyword research. Every single post obviously has to target a specific keyword. And you can find a lot of these monetizable affiliate type posts, if that's what you're after, in Ahrefs by using the matching terms tool and finding things that include the word best. So I could put in something like best software, click things that match with matching terms, and then it could show me things like project management software, knowledge management software, subscription management software, e-commerce software, all these different ideas that I get. So the first step though, and that's a deep rabbit hole as well, and we can go into keyword research later at the Q&A. But that's the first step, is conducting keyword research to add keywords and topics into your content calendar. Step 2 is outlining, and this could either be yourself or with an outsourced writer, a freelance writer, basically giving them laser sharp information on what they're writing. So that's the title, the length of the article, a few articles for inspiration, maybe the ranking of these companies if it's a list post, and some type of SEO report, whether it's ClearScope or Surfer SEO, something they can go on. Now, when they get into the actual content publishing, this is where Jarvis can and should be used, because they have all the tools that you need. So this is basically what we use, and we call it a minimum viable post. We create this post, and what's great about this is when you outsource things like this, you can use Jarvis. Jarvis has Surfer SEO built in the integration. So if you go into Jarvis, you go to settings, in the admin settings, and you click on Surfer, you can toggle that on, log into your account, and then you'll see this kind of view here where you can see the actual semantic keywords that are needed to rank. So, and what's nice about this is you can dictate scores to either yourself or writer. So you can say, please, get an 80 in Surfer SEO, 80 or higher when you're writing it. Get a 99 in Grammarly. Grammarly for grammar can also be implemented with Surfer or Jarvis. So getting these clear scores gives you, quality content from the beginning. Now, why do we want this quality content from the beginning? It's because things don't rank right away. So when we look at it in the content publishing schedule, you publish something right away, you get an initial Google ranking. And that might be page 2, it might be page 10. We are not going to be sure. It's only based on your knowledge graph and how much, other content you have in that area, how many links in that niche you have to dictate where you're going to start. And that could be anywhere. So we don't want to spend all this time on it, but we need the post to be a minimum viable quality post that's basically made at first for search engines, because people aren't going to see it yet. So when you're writing for search engines, that's including all of the SEO and related semantic keywords that you need and formatting it correctly for SEO. And that's really important because Google scans every article and they understand keywords, and their machine learning is getting smarter. So they understand the semantically related nature of these keywords and different variations that you should have in the article to make it seem like it is the best possible article. Now, it might not be the best, but it might have the best keywords that'll give you a good starting ranking to then, once you have the initial ranking, step 4 and 5 is building links and updating that content. So based on, let's say you're on page 2 for a keyword, and you do some analysis and you see the competition has a few backlinks to that article, then maybe that's a good one to go after if it's a best, monetizable affiliate type post. So that's based on the competition. And then also, you need to have an update schedule because Google is looking for freshness. And when you update, that's when you can go in and write for human beings. Like you can use Jarvis and Surfer at the beginning to get an SEO optimized minimum viable post. Then once you're seeing a little bit of success and you're slowly creeping up the rankings based on just the age and authority of your site, maybe you're on page 2 or 3, then you can go in and update later to make it good. Write it for humans, improve some readability scores in the paragraphs, add interactive elements like an infographic, images, or a video or something like that. But this framework is what we use because you need to publish as much as you can quickly for SEO, use real data to see what is actually ranking and what has promise. And that's what helps filters your link building and your content updates. This is all about saving time. So we don't want to send links to the wrong articles. We don't want to update the wrong articles. We want to publish, kind of like in the batter's box. You're just getting ready, publishing all this content. And then over time, you do link building and content updates. You have to get to page 1. That's basically the end of it. Page 2 is not going to make you a lot of money. You have to get to page 1. But before we keep going, we have to realize that content is only half of the equation. So we'll pause there for a second and see if there are any questions on this or anything I can help with, Austin. Looks like there are a few. And actually, I can't hear you, Austin. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I had my microphone turned off.
Okay, no
Yeah,
worries.
some good questions in here. All right, I think that we should start with how do you view like blogging in the content creation world? How do you view written blogs versus podcasting and YouTube videos and other things to make money? As a
Yeah.
business, where should you focus on?
So I think what's really good about blogs first is I think blogs should come first because blogs are, for me, it's like the personal brand aspect and scaling this messaging. There's a number of reasons to use a blog. First, you can outsource written content. If I'm actually creating a YouTube channel and building that right now, but I have to be in every video. I can't outsource that to someone else unless I like use you, Austin, and deep faked myself or something. I thought about that. That would be cool. But with podcasts, with YouTube, with Instagram posts, with TikTok, with all these things that are one-time like video creation or post creation, you typically have to be more involved. Blogging can be monetized with outsourcing with these tools. You're making more progress as a business and it's a little bit easier because Google rankings are typically more evergreen. You're going to get traffic month after month after month. You don't have to worry about a constant posting schedule. So it's good for it's probably the best sustainable business model. It's not to say you shouldn't do a YouTube channel, but you should do a blog first and worry about building your brand and then creating a, maybe a YouTube channel down the road. It's all about, the effective use of your time, making the most money quickly so you can either leave your job, spend more time with your family, whatever you want to do. Blogging is the quickest path to build a stronger, sustainable business that way.
And it didn't used to be the quickest path because you used to have to write full articles and you didn't have the tools. So you were also guessing a lot. But now you have the clarity of what keywords to include with Surfer. And then you have the quickness of writing that article with Jarvis. So if you just want to talk about like speed of implementation and getting your reps in and creating a fullness to your blog, it's faster than ever before. Think about how many YouTube videos that you would have to record, edit, produce, distribute. That
blogging is also
takes a
nice
long
too
time.
because blogging is good too because YouTube, once a video is published, you can't update the video. You have to create a new video. Same is true of a podcast. You can't go in and edit the podcast. Blog posts and blogs in general, you can update and edit. And you don't have to be perfect. That's what I like about it. When I first started my blog in 2019, it looked horrible. It really did. I was doing the design myself. I'm not a designer. I was just publishing posts, doing maybe one a week all by myself, and then finally developing these systems. But, an article that was in 2019, it got indexed in Google 3 years ago. It might've been horrible, but I've spent the time over the years, making sure that it's better. If you look at some of my bigger software type reviews and list posts, now some have videos, some have all these things. They're really long, but it's like, that's because it's just been updated. So that's another benefit of blogs is that it's a living, breathing document, basically, that you can always go in and change.
Second question here is how would this strategy work with selling your own product, whether that be like an e-commerce store or some consumer product, or it is like a local business where, it's like lead gen,
So
those
yeah,
are two owned businesses. How would you
yeah.
use this strategy?
Yeah, so when we think about making money with content, blogs make money with content via affiliate marketing, ads, and selling courses and things like that, which are all, great monetization pathways. If you're doing e-commerce, the same rules also apply. It's just slightly different variation. So for e-commerce, if you're let's say you make hiking boots, just as an example, typically e-commerce brands want to rank for the term that they're selling, like hiking boots. Now, that's not going to be a blog post necessarily. That's going to be a category page that is optimized. So maybe your category page has hiking boots. It has content blocks underneath to be a little bit more robust, and it shows all the options. People searching for just hiking boots want to see products. The difference is people searching for best hiking boots want to see a blog and a list post of different options. This is an interesting use case. REI ranks for both hiking boots in their product category page, as well as best hiking boots in a list post blog post. So it's an interesting distinction, but e-commerce brands also need to rank for their own product terms. Software companies need to rank for their own product terms. So if you're like a hiking blog or you sell hiking products, let's say in your e-commerce, you would write content around your products a little bit differently, and then also how to do things. What are the best hiking trails? What are based on search volume, and building a true brand around that, company, and finding content that way. So that's typically like the best, hiking trails, how to use hiking boots, how to wear out your hiking boots, the best backpacking trips, things like that are, related, that you can bring the reader's interest in to find your brand in the first place. So it's all about them finding you in that consideration stage for brands when it comes to SEO. Local businesses is also a little bit different. Actually, I helped my mom with her. My mom owns a salon, and I helped her website rank #1 for like local terms, but that's typically a little bit different than all this. You don't necessarily need a blog. It can help, but you're mainly going after local search terms. So if you're a pizza place in New York, you want best pizza in New York on your homepage and throughout your content. So that's a different strategy a little bit than this. Blogging and content marketing to make real money, it's not as much local business. It's more of a global thing. I get traffic from all over the world.
Yeah, awesome. And I know that in a few minutes, you're going to cover something pretty cool about backlinking and selling rankings in a post, which will be perfect for local businesses and teaming up with like local influencers. So let's keep going.
So let's keep going. I will go back to sharing my screen again, and we're going to get into the second portion of this. So again, content is only half of the equation. I'm going to open this. Okay, make sure we can see it. So we talked about a content assembly line. You also need a link building machine. And what I mean by this is, think about how Google operates when they're ranking content. They can scan the words on the page. That's all they can do, and use their AI to understand what's on it. And then they can also understand the interrelated nature of links pointing to that article and other websites, and how all the world's information is organized. That's basically their whole point, is to organize the world's information. So links are important because they help differentiate a blog. You can't really start ranking if you have a domain rating of 0 with no links. I like to think of the internet as a world wide web, which it is. And if you just started a new website, you're on the very, very outskirts of that spider web. Any link and web pointing to you will help pull you into the center, and it gives you more authority. But without any links pointing to you, Google can't really trust you because there's no one else recommending you. Much like a science research paper or something needs to be cited. So how do we build links? Well, there's this idea that, you create great content and then links will come, write great content, add statistics, add infographics, and then all these links are going to pour in because it's so good. While that is, it sounds nice in theory, it's not really true. What I call the flywheel of ranking is the effect that sites that are already ranking are the ones that are going to get more of those passive links because they're easier to find. If you're a new blogger, no one's going to link to you. If you just stand there and write some content, no one's going to start linking to it. You have to actively participate in this. And there's also articles that say guest blogging is dead. Don't do guest posts. Well, I beg to differ. It's just changed slightly. So I did about 80 guest posts in 2019 when I first started, and it helped scale my initial Google rankings and my domain rating up. The truth is, you have to actively work on link building while making it look as natural as possible. That's the key. So some people say, just publish a bunch of content and cluster your topics together and don't worry about link building, and you can get traffic. That's true to an extent. You can get some traffic, but you're not going to get traffic that makes a lot of money. You might make a little bit of ad revenue, but you need links People are scared of getting links because they don't want to be, denied the links. It's the hardest part of content, the content business. We can all sit behind our computers all day and write content, and that's not really scary. For some reason, it's a little bit scary to like put yourself out there and ask for stuff, whether it's on LinkedIn or through email, but you have to do it. If I didn't do any link building in my blog's first year, I would not have grown nearly as fast. I would not be ranking for nearly as many things. But the strategies and the psychology behind link building have changed because, again, it's 2021, almost 2022. What I like to say is, guest posts in this are the engine and partnerships are the fuel. So you have to build some type of system, much like the content assembly line. You need some type of link building system in your blogging and content plan. So this is, you can watch the video that we sent because it gives the exact step-by-step process of guest blogging and building partnerships and relationships with other bloggers to get links. But you need a process. And when I think about link building and the psychology behind it, it isn't just a tactic. A lot of the times we're taught get links with guest blogging and broken link building and link reclamation. Like that's when they say your brand, but they don't link to you, or the skyscraper technique where they mention something. None of those things work because every single time you're asking for something without providing any value in return. If somebody reaches out to my blog and says, I want to write a guest post for you, it's going to be great and SEO optimized. For me, I don't want it because that still takes a lot of work. I have to edit everything in that guest post. I have to, somehow get it into my content plan, which I already have set in stone. It's just not simple. So, you have to provide value. Nothing is free in link building. Links are like the currency of the internet. And if you don't have any, and if you don't have the ability to give anyone any, then you're going to be in a rough spot. So what you have to do is frame the conversation a little bit differently. Here's just a simple outreach template. It's a little bit different in how you frame it. When you're creating content and you're building a blogging business, a content business, you're looking for outreach to build real partnerships. There's always a person on the other end of that email. So it's not just a tactic, and it's not just mass spamming people and then following up with 5 emails. It's trying to create a real relationship and partnership. So here's a little bit of a twist on it. So I say, hey there, first name, my name is Adam Enfroy, and I write to 500,000 monthly readers at adamenfroy.com. I'm reaching out because I'm interested in collaborating on content with you, either in the form of a guest post or a link building partnership. Now, here's where the value add comes in. I write 4 to 6 guest posts per month on other high DR websites and can link to your content in those if that would help with this partnership. Let me know if you're interested, yada, yada. It's opening the door for a conversation. And by having some guest posts approved and in progress and ongoing, you can build a bank of these, just a few even, to dangle in front of other outreach candidates that you reach out to use that for partnership leverage. So one thing is, yes, I could write every single guest blog myself with my author bio, have either myself or outsource the writing of that guest post, publish it, link to myself a couple of times, and that's fine. But I don't want every single link of mine coming from my own name. That would be too much of a pattern. So what you need to do is build relationships through these emails and templates to create partnerships with other guest bloggers, people that write on other sites, so that maybe you link to them, they link to you. The pattern is harder to detect. Or maybe, you link to a brand in your guest post and they reach out to you and you ask for a link from them in a random article that already exists. If you look at my backlink profile, it's not all guest posts. It's a lot of different things, from link partnerships to guest posts to swaps to trades, and a lot of it's leverage based. If I can create sales for brands now in the software space, they say, I want to be added to this article of yours. I might say, okay, that's either paid, you can pay to play, or, what sites are you writing? Who are you writing for? Can you link to me in your blog or others? So there's a lot of, it's kind of a framework and another system you create, a network, so to speak, that simply begins with a lot of this outreach. Now, we talked about content. We talked about link building. You have the link building video as well. Ultimately, monetization, content monetization is a byproduct of ranking on Google. And that is a byproduct of your content and link building efforts. It's really simple. The people that publish the most high quality content and get the most links rank and win every time. And you can still do that as a solo blogger. I'm proof of that. You just have to kind of update your strategies, use tools like Jarvis and Surfer SEO when you're writing, speed things up that way. do some simple outreach for link building. When I started, I was maybe sending 5 outreach messages a day, just finding a company I want to write for, going on LinkedIn, finding a content person, sending a quick message. It's not like an insane process, but it's very specific. So you have to find these unique leverage points and, your expertise, and it's all very personalized experience. Now, monetization is a byproduct of content and link building. So here's a quick shot. Like, this is just simply affiliate marketing. So I rank for a lot of things like how to start a blog, how to make money blogging, certain web hosting terms. And that's mainly monetized through affiliate links, adding them into content, adding them into list posts, and sending traffic to companies. Most of those are done when you think about what makes money via affiliate marketing. You have to think about search intent and what actually people are searching for. They're searching for something like, for example, I rank for certain terms around business ideas. That's a very broad search. They might not click an affiliate link and start a blog right away because they're searching for general business ideas. They might want to start a lawn care business for all I know. However, if they search for best web hosting, that search intent is there for them to actually purchase. So you have to find these middle ground, and we can talk about it more, keyword categories that you can write about. So here's just a few examples of affiliate revenue. This is from November. This is Bluehost. I made about 53 sales for them, $6,000. My blog makes over 80,000 a month from the affiliate channel. So this is Partner Stack, another affiliate network. That was my latest payment from them, 28,000 in December. Impact Radius, November's traffic, 12,000 earnings. So I'm just showing you some of these examples of affiliate revenue, and that's typically the model that most bloggers use. But I want to share with you something kind of exciting that I'm working on now. To make money, to make more money, you really need to know what your content is worth. So here's an example. I rank number 4 for best VoIP providers. VoIP is like voice over internet protocol, kind of cell phone services that go through a landline. So in the affiliate model, I was ranking for this. And when you think about making money with affiliate marketing, this is how it works. Like the search volume times the product price is kind of the amount of money you can make. So how much is the price actually? How much does it cost? What are the commission rates? How much traffic is there? That's kind of the formula of how much money you can make. So in this easy example, most VoIPs cost between $25 and $100 a month. The commissions range per sale from $100 to $200. So typically what you do here, you go through the content assembly line, build a few links to this article, eventually get it to page 1. Then you say, okay, I want to monetize this. I'm going to look for affiliate programs. I'm going to add affiliate links to the top 3 companies listed. Then I'm going to look at the earnings per click, or if I send one click to this company versus this one, which one makes me more money? Which one has better conversion rates to sales? That'll dictate the rankings. This isn't about reviewing every single product. This isn't necessarily about putting what you think is the best one. And this isn't a money game. This is what every site does. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's the reality of the situation. And oftentimes the best products actually do convert the best because they have the best brand recognition. But for this example, I was earning about $500 a month with this post. And I'm like, this seems like a really valuable keyword. I feel like I should be making more. How do I maximize revenue to this article? And I decided to come up with, well, what is the actual value of the article? So I did it based on the truthful value of the article. What's it worth? Well, the keyword best VoIP providers, and these variations of VoIP terms, are $25 a click. So brands are willing to spend $25 to be put at the top of Google search with an ad for that keyword. So that's the value. And then I say, how many clicks am I able to send brands every single month with this article? So I was getting 2,590 sessions in the last 30 days. And then here's the number one, the amount of clicks that brand 1, 2, and 3 were getting, 701, 5, and 2. So the top 3 spots alone, based on the cost per click and how many clicks I was sending, was actually worth $32,375 a month, based on just that 2,590 sessions. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I'm only making $500 a month from this. This isn't right. This affiliate model is broken in this one, which it isn't in all posts, but it was in that one. So I thought, I would sell the number 1 spot in this article for $7,000 a month, because at 777 clicks, that's under a $10 cost per click. So the brand in that position is getting clicks at a rate half that they would spend on AdWords, and it's coming from a third-party source of information, me. So that's just an effective marketing spend on their part. So I'd sell that spot for $7,000 a month, which is exactly what we did easily for 12 months. So now that article is making $84,000 a year, double what I used to make about 6 years ago in my early salary from one article instead of just $500 a month. So the truth is you can do this over and over and over again in any niche if you know what your content is worth. And today we're growing this, the sponsorship kind of, placement opportunities into our content strategy, and I'm going to be doing over $500,000 just with that one channel. So here's the 3 secrets to wrap this up. The 3 secrets of turning your content into a money-making machine. Monetizing content is directly a byproduct of ranking online. And that is a byproduct of your content and link building efforts. Those 2 things. If you can create a process for that better than some others, then you'll be winning and ranking. And solopreneurs can do that. To make money with your content, you also need to know what your content is actually worth. When brands reach out to you and you work with, you start working on affiliate and all these different monetization models, you need to know what it's worth. So finally, you have the tools, Jarvis, Surfer SEO inside of Jarvis, Grammarly, these content writing tools. And that can help you write content and scale that part of the business. But it's truly the online business strategy outside of the tools and understanding these things and the relationships and all these different personalized strategies that will make you real money with your blog.
We are good on everyone's time. I know some of you all have appointments in like 20 minutes. We'll share a new announcement here at Jarvis, and then we'll continue Q&A for anyone that wants to stick around. So let's hop into some quick questions. All right, so let's see. So what would be a good one to help everyone?
If you want, Austin, we can jump into
Yeah.
the announcement, and then I'll just look through these questions and be ready for it after.
Cool, because I know some of these questions are answered in your training. So, sweet. Let's hop in. So, guys, something pretty exciting. When I was looking for someone to help expand upon the training, because the tool itself, Jarvis, is awesome. The training is what will actually help you make money. And so that's when we decided to create a mastermind for everybody that is looking to learn how to use Jarvis Surfer to do SEO, to grow your traffic and domain authority. We thought, man, this is way more than just like a support team can handle. And we need outside consultants that do this on a daily basis in their own careers to come in and teach this. And so that's why I started looking around and found Adam. Adam, obviously you already know his success and he's very intelligent. He actually has a course on how to do this, went through the course and made sure that it was legit, talked to some of his customers, learned how they were actually getting results. And I'm like, man, this would be a perfect partnership. So earlier this week, we decided to team up and create a Jarvis Mastermind for specifically bloggers, entrepreneurs, and marketers who want to grow their online income this year and with content creation. And so that's what we're excited today to announce this yearly program. We'll dive into it and answer questions at the end. But here's the gist of what the Jarvis Mastermind is. It's an advanced community where it's more focused because, now we have like 50,000 customers in the large Jarvis community. We need a new, smaller, more niche focused community for specifically this use case, growing and monetizing your content creation for blogs, for affiliate marketing, and for growing your own domain authority in search rankings. Number 2, new Jarvis features. We're going to continue honing our product and helping this community in the SEO and content marketing field. So long form content, not just short form copywriting, but long form content creation. And so we want to allow you guys to test our upcoming features before it's distributed to the whole audience, and also mine for new ideas. So I know you guys are very intelligent and you have ideas and wishes in the product roadmap. And so we want to ideate with you. If you guys are here from the early times of Jarvis, when we were able to iterate very fast, and we are, talking with you all every day on product features, that's what we want this new community to be in. It's a very focused group. Backstage with the founders. That way we can get to know your dreams and your desires, and also what are the roadblocks in your workflow. Maybe we can knock those out for you through the software product. We're going to have people over here at the Austin, Texas headquarters, and probably every quarter. So I want to make this a really fun ecosystem. We'll have a party, maybe have some beers, pizza, the whole deal, get to know each other. Regular live Q&As. Adam, you want to go into this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One part of this community that's awesome, the Jarvis Mastermind, is that I'm going to be in the group, in the membership, in the mastermind community. I'm going to be helping with my team. We'll be doing weekly live Q&As, answering any questions about blogging or monetizing content. And we're going to schedule those regularly.
Cool. And I know that Colin earlier, your partner, was talking about doing like Loom videos and very in-depth
That's another thing
answers.
too, is that like anyone asking any question around blogging, we'll get in, and instead of just typing an answer, we usually create Loom videos, which are screen shares of us going through your question step by step, answering it specifically. So really creating that like business strategy behind the question.
Yep. And then lastly, a contractor Rolodex, because sometimes you don't want to wear all of the hats in your business. And as you're starting or growing your company, you want to start outsourcing, whether that is, web development for your WordPress blog site, it's SEO services, it's blog writing services, backlink, reaching out for backlinks. There's a lot of different spots along the way that you might want to hire someone. And so we're going to be adding our Rolodex of people that we've vetted and personally use in our business and are vetted by the community as well. All right, so that's a lot of the features, but something that's even cooler is the team, the partnership here with Adam.
Yeah.
Adam
So
has
we did,
a great course.
I created, and part of this, Jarvis Mastermind, I'm really excited about, is that you get my course, Blog Growth Engine, completely free when you join as a part of this membership. And it's 40 hours of content. We spent 7 months creating this course on how to build a successful content business in the 2020s. It's got, everything about discovering your unique niche and your authority, how to build leverage and do all these techniques, the blogging mindset, how to blog like a startup, all these lean startup principles and really mindset stuff. And then it gets into the meat of it, decoding search intent, how search engines work, what you're actually going to write, how to build your websites click by click, literally on a screen share. Then if we get to the next slide, we cover keyword monetization. So this is like getting into the weeds of finding these new and emerging keywords to write about that actually make money. Then it's the content creation process, all the link building stuff, which you have just one video of many in that module from, and all the blog monetization strategies, and then how to scale and outsource, how to hire effective writers, how to work with outsourced freelancers. I started my blog just myself and built it how it is today. And then eventually, as I started making a little bit of money, hired my first writer, hired an assistant, and 6 months in. So it's really this framework to build and scale the brand of you in the 2020s. And it's a great backup plan. I think everybody should have one of these businesses for themselves. And it's a great way to, get involved in this digital economy, start getting real estate on these search engines and start really building a business around your content.
Yep. That's awesome. Now you, over the last 2 years, have been growing this course. Over 400 students have bought. It's regularly sold for $3,000. I thought that might be a lot for the Jarvis community to hop into immediately. And so Adam and I came up with a way that we can extend this and create it with added bonuses for you at less cost. So we're going to add in for our bonus a 50,000 word bonus for Jarvis. And then when you get started, and then you're also going to get some coaching from Adam and his team for the first 30 annual memberships.
Yep. So the coaching is going to be great. So if you're annual on it, you'll get one-on-one coaching.
Yep, exactly. So there's a lot of reasons to join this mastermind. It's great for growing a business stream of revenue that's low stress and high profits, gaining that clarity and direction, holding yourself accountable into a community, because man, success loves company. And when you grow alongside people, the rate of success is much faster. And then eliminate guesswork so you don't fall in the potholes that Adam has over the last few years and has learned
Yeah.
from. We'll just skip those steps. So, I thought this is a really great way to get all of that, all of those perks together with his $3,000 course for $2,400 a year. There's no commitments, cancel anytime. For this first cohort, we're going to reduce that price and give you guys a huge discount. We're going to cross out $1,000 off per year. You can lock in that low price, $1,400 a year. And you can go there right now at Jarvis.ai/mastermind. I'll put it here on the screen for you. Now, if in 2022, you're not ready to commit to the whole year, we thought, well, how do we make this, affordable for people that just want to go month by month, especially with the holiday season? I can understand that. So regularly, it's going to be $299 per month to get access to the full course and all of those Jarvis benefits. For this first cohort, it's going to be $100 off per month for lifetime discount. So literally, you're getting all of that for just $199 per month. This does end on December 21st. So in 6 days from today, this is slides from yesterday, you can lock in that discount. We're not going to increase the price of the Jarvis Mastermind. So if you get in today, you're saving a ton of money. You can choose either way, the $1,400 a year or $199 per month. And you're going to get Adam's $3,000 course, the elite community. It's a new Facebook group specifically for people on the same path as you. You're going to get those regular Q&As. You're going to get live event tickets, many, many other bonuses I mentioned earlier, but all of that, new Jarvis features, and plus the 5-day money back guarantee, because maybe you've never bought information before and it might feel like, I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. And I get it. I've been there too. I actually remember when I was in college and I bought off my very first course for $1,000. I actually used all my spring break money. I was really scared to do that, but I knew I had to invest in my business. It was a marketing agency. So lucky I did, because actually my coach was Dave Rogan-Moser. Funny how over the years, investing in myself actually paid off huge dividends and changed my life completely. So I just understand the fear of buying information and community, but it was actually the single best investment I've ever made in my own career. Now we're going to honor a 5-day money back guarantee. So if you buy today and over the course of the next 5 days, you're not totally satisfied, you've gone through the course, you started connecting with other members and you're just like, it's not for me, and you're not happy, we're not happy, we'll just ask us, email us at hey@jarvis.ai, and we'll send you back a refund. The money's back in your account. So don't worry about that. You literally have no risk. At the end of 7 days, we're going to close off the doors completely to the program. And we probably will be opening it about once every month or two for only 7 days at a time over the next year. So there's a limited window, and only this cohort is going to get that locked in lifetime discount. So hop in the next 7 days if you want to set up 2022 to build that content money machine.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, like Jarvis as a company and as software is on the cutting edge of content. And then these strategies are on the cutting edge of building the business side of things. And when you think about creating a sustainable content business, it is one of the best business models because the high profit margins, the very low entry cost, maybe just some web hosting, and these strategies, you can get yourself running with a real online business in a matter of days. And we cover it whether you're starting from scratch, you're a complete beginner, or you just want, maybe you already have a blog and you want more of the framework behind it. We'll be really active in this community. We're like, your success is our success. Like the more that you benefit and grow a blog, the better this whole community is. And we've already had students, 400 students pay the full price for this course, and you're getting it for, that low monthly membership cost. You'll get access to all the modules right away. So it's not like we're going to be dripping it out. This is made for, people that are really ready and serious about growing the business side of things. We've already seen successful students, and then that with just being in a cool community. Like I'll be in that group. We'll meet in Austin. I'll definitely be going there. We'll hang out. You'll get all the new Jarvis features and access, and just it's going to be big. It's basically going to be pretty much the best content and blogging community in existence.
I love it. We can hop into questions here. So one thing people are asking is, how do I apply my discount? So when you scroll down to the bottom of the page, and it looks like this, you want to apply this OG 1000 discount on the checkout page. For monthly, do OG 100, original gangsta 100, to knock off $100 for life. So yes, you have to apply those, and then the next cohort won't have access to those promo codes.
Yeah. So it's this pricing will lock in as well. It'll be like if you lock in this founding member deal at $199 a month or the yearly, you'll be locked into that for life. It won't be changed on you in the future.
Yep, that's right. So really the true offer is, how do you grow your revenue? A lot of people right now are creating content and they're creating more work for themselves. What we're trying to do is help you turn your content into actually a profitable company. And you can actually really think about each blog post that you create as a micro business in itself. So even if you have one or two of your affiliate blog posts or your own products blog post ranking, and you start generating revenue from that, that will pay for the mastermind itself. It's also paying for the speed of implementation. So to figure out all of this yourself might take months or years. And so this course in 40 hours, you will get all of Adam's knowledge condensed. And then you might be trying to figure out, how do you do this? You might be stuck for a week or two on trying to solve some problem on your own, when you can just hop into this community, and Adam and his team, we're paying for their consulting time, right? Like, Adam, is there any other way to access you as a consultant?
No, like I never, I'm a passive income guy. I enjoy the passive income, and I don't do any consulting. I don't offer it as a one-on-one service. So this will be the only community I'm in that you have direct access to me, where I will be in, doing the Q&As, the Loom video answers. And then, especially for the people that sign up, like we said, to that yearly plan, if you sign up for that, there's 30 more spots. So there were 30 spots yesterday. Those were all filled up for one-on-one coaching. Then there's going to be another 30 spots available today just for the yearly people that join yearly with that OG 1000 code. So there's another 30 spots. That will be either myself or my business partner, Colin, on the call. We're splitting them 50-50. He is basically the president of my blog, has been running our content operation for over a year. He's probably smarter than me. So either you're getting one of the two of us. Will both be in Facebook along with Austin to help answer questions. Yeah, and the ROI on it is really positive when you think about it. I'm making over $100,000 a month in profit from my blog. If you could use these strategies and they could help shift your content, and you make even just 1% of the success I've seen, then that's $1,000 a month, and this thing is paying for itself. So it's really investing in yourself. It's learning these things that took me 8 years to learn, and fast tracking them over the course of the hours that you're watching this course. Because a lot of this stuff is, you have to think outside the tools a little bit. You have to think outside of like Ahrefs and keyword research, and really think about this as a business and the mindset and all of these things behind it. So we dive into the weeds. If you're an SEO nerd, we definitely do. But we also teach the conceptual world of digital marketing in the 2020s and what you need to build a sustainable online business. So you're getting that whole course, which I've sold for $3,000 for basically just the monthly cost or the annual plan if you want. And then we're going to be in the group. I'm excited to meet everybody inside of the community, answer any questions anyone has, go through the course. We have niche exercises if you haven't started yet. How to choose your niche based on this authority flywheel exercise that we go over.
Adam, let's hop into questions real quick.
Let's do it.
I know people got to get going soon. So, number one, no commitments. You can cancel at any time on the monthly or annual. The 5-day money back guarantee is in the next 5 days. So if you get started today, for example, or in 5 days from now, after purchase 5 days later, you have that refund period, and you can get your refund there. You can upgrade to annual at any time throughout the year, and then it would just be like your next payment would be the annual payment to extend it for 12 months. And then let's see, are there other tools that you'll recommend between Jarvis and Surfer?
Not really. I think like, you need web hosting to start with. We recommend typically, step by step when you're building a new blog, something like WPX or something that's cheaper that'll work for you. So web hosting to actually store your website. And then basically, you're already a Jarvis customer. So you have Jarvis. I would recommend, potentially Ahrefs, but they also have a 7-day trial for $7. You can do all your keyword research in a week and cancel if you want. And then Surfer is a good tool as well. But these are all things that you can scale up as you go. That would be it though. There's nothing else. You don't have to like spend a ton of money to do this.
Okay, cool. All right. So yes, if you get started during this 5-day window before Tuesday, the 21st, you will be locked in at that lower price point as being a founding member of the mastermind. So for the first 30 people that get started on annual, if you're in that first 30, the team will email you a link to their Calendly, to Adam and Colin's Calendly, to set up your coaching call bonus. Let's see.
Here's a good question here. So I want to cover this one real quick. So this is some tips on finding blog topics and conducting keyword research. I'm going to open up tab real quick and just show this in like just a quick minute or two, because I think this is important and it goes over some of the stuff that's in this course. I'm going to share my screen. But when we think about, so this is in Ahrefs, and there's a trial here for this, but this is a keyword explorer tool. So if we want to start finding keywords to write about, let's say that I'm in the software niche. Well, I'm going to put in the word best software, best being the, a list type post looking for things. Now, no one's really searching this best software, but this is what we could use as a seed keyword. Click this matching terms tool, and then we see all the different variations of keywords that are in that niche. So best video editing software, tax, video editing for YouTube, language learning, drawing. These start to give you ideas. Bitcoin mining software, CAD software. What if we were in the golf niche? Put best golf in and give you all the ideas for topics, blog topics that have good search volume. Golf balls, shoes, clubs, bags, rangefinder, irons, all these things. Or, home. You're in a home and lifestyle blog and you want to write about, or fitness, best treadmill for home, best work from home, best home security camera. There's all these different things you can find by seeding it with the keyword best. You find these topics. The key is, what if you want to find emerging and trending, uptrending things? We talk about in the course, riding the waves of your niche. Things that have, started out 10 years ago might be hard to rank for, but how do we find things today? Well, if I put in like best kitchen, there's going to be a ton of different things to write about. Let's say you're a kitchen blog. You write about kitchen knives, kitchen faucets, best gadgets, appliances, all these things. All right. Well, I found one. What if we found one in here about touchless kitchen faucets? That's a new and emerging product. That's not something that's been written about for 10 years. There's volume that's increasing. The keyword difficulty is low. And if we look at the top 10 sites that are currently ranking for this, some of them are lower. There's a DR18 site, MrKitchenFaucets.com. Very low domain rating, brand new blog, ranking for this, getting thousands of visits, 1,000 visits. And if we look at this post, I haven't looked at it before. This is totally on the fly, but I'm guessing they're doing affiliate marketing, to Amazon. So if I click this Amazon affiliate link, they're making a commission on this sale, 240. So they're a little bit more expensive. And we talk about this in every niche, is how to find these emerging and trending product categories that you can write about that don't have much competition yet. And there's tons of them out there. You just have to find them. So we also talk about how to use think like Amazon, but don't join the Amazon affiliate program necessarily. Join the companies directly. But in any niche, we have to find things on the upswing when doing keyword research before others. That's why this whole thing builds on itself. It's like a monetization ladder. If you don't choose the right niche that's for you based on your experience and leverage, it's a little bit harder to do that keyword research and understand what's going to make you money. Then you're going to build links to the wrong articles and you're not going to be able to monetize. So it all builds on itself, but it's really, this whole thing is the fast track and the solid framework. So that was just a quick overview of some of the keyword research stuff.
How many weeks do you think it takes to build a successful blog?
I would say if you're serious, I would say put in about 10 hours a week. We're all working full time when we start these blogs. When I started, I was working 50 hours a week and then putting another 30 or 40 into my blog. I was going crazy because I wanted to grow the fastest growing blog. I had some chip on my shoulder for some reason, but I learned that you don't have to do that. I think if you have Jarvis and you have these tools that you can write quickly with, and you do a little bit of outreach, you could honestly spend 10 hours a week on this thing and build it up. It's about building it up one day at a time. Maybe it's adding 500 words in Jarvis one day and that's it. Or maybe it's doing 5 outreaches. But these things build and build on themselves, especially when you're building your own digital brand online. It all is no wasted effort. There really isn't, especially if it's attached. Like my site is my name. It doesn't need a fancy domain name. But the more that I build on it, the more that these opportunities keep arising in my life, the more leverage that I have. And that just started with me publishing a few articles, doing a little bit of outreach, and then just doing that consistently over the course of a number of years with the real strategy. So I would say if you can spend 10 hours a week, that would be good.
Cool. And how would you approach choosing a niche?
Yeah, so this is an interesting subject. So in the past, people would say, choose something you're passionate about, because passion creates money and you'll eventually love it so much and you'll write about it and you'll make all this money. You got to start with your passion. I disagree with that because I'm passionate about a lot of things. I like, running. I like, camping, backpacking. I like fantasy football. I like all these like different interests, but those are more like hobbies. So like, and the difference is writing about my hobbies and actually actively participating in my hobbies are two entirely different things. If I'm going to have to write about running for 10 years, maybe it's a little bit interesting more than something else, but finding your niche is truly a new strategy that we're using, and we call it the authority flywheel. And that's basically, there's all these little niche sites and most of them fail because they pigeonhole themselves into one small niche. I start writing about smart home gadgets and I call myself the smart home guy expert, and Google just doesn't like it. They're like, no, you're not an authority in this area. It's taking forever. I quit. In this, in our niche selection exercise, we're building the brand of you. If you saw your face on a website, what would that message be? What would you want to share with the world? What would you write about? So that's your unique identity. Then we go into your expertise. What have you done professionally and personally before? Then we go into the market. Where is the search volume, the market research, the keyword volume, and the monetization opportunities lie? And then we look at leverage. How can we build this snowball technique of leverage for you? That's why this course is really personalized. People ask me, like, should I go into finance or should I go into this? And it's like, well, I need to dive deeper into the psychology behind you to understand your life and what you're going to start writing about. Somebody, at a software company that's been doing SEO for 10 years might have a little bit of a better starting line than someone who has no professional experience at all. But that doesn't mean that they can't make money with a blog, and everybody is an expert on something. So we build this around not necessarily always using your name as the domain name, but making it around you and something broad so that we can hone in on your niche over time. Because choosing a niche at the beginning is really, really difficult. So we don't want to pigeonhole yourself.
Now, what if you already have a service that you want to sell, whether that's like consulting service or a coaching service, and you already have like the thing to monetize, and you're now trying to increase your traffic and organic traffic to that offer?
Yeah, I think it's really based on the search intent. So when we go into the search intent modules, we talk about thinking about the psychology behind the search. So if I'm, say, an SEO consultant and I want to get new clients, a lot of the consulting, and I actually talk about this in some of my content, is you can make thousands of dollars a month quickly with a blog right out of the gate if you want to offer consulting. Low traffic plus a high price product will make you money out of the gate. If you're looking to quit your job in like a month, consulting is the way to go with a blog. But you want to frame the keyword strategy around what you're offering. So much like we talked about e-commerce, and that's, related to the product category and things around it and how to do things. Typically, the internet's made up of 2 different types of content: informational, how to, and then transactional, the best something. So how to start a blog, how to make money online, best web hosting, best website builder, best blogging platforms. Same is true of golf, when in that golf example. How to golf, how to swing, how to chip, how to putt, and then the best drivers, best putters, best irons. There's only 2 types of content you need to write in your blog: informational and transactional. So if you're a consultant, a lot of it will be informational in your niche, trying to get people to see you as the expert. So I would seed the keyword SEO into Ahrefs in those tools and see what you find. How to do SEO audits, how to do these different things, just finding these SEO opportunities. But that's around kind of more informational content. I mean, you can try to rank for the head term around SEO consultant, best SEO consultant, that too. But it's really based on keyword strategies.
Cool. You know, it kind of reminds me of recently I was looking, so I own an Airbnb here in Austin. And so I'm
Yeah.
looking for, I like typed in Google, like, best Airbnb tax accountants. And,
Mm-hmm.
all these consultants came up, but then I went to a forum or it was like some review site and found, I think it was actually Bigger Pockets or something like that. Uh,
That's a big one. Yeah.
yeah. And they wrote like articles featuring quotes and advice from these other consultants. And actually, that's how I reached out to this guy and, went from the backlink on that forum
Yep.
and review site to this consultant site and submitted my inquiry. So just so you can
That's
see,
kind of
like,
the,
there's
yeah,
many
the
different
blog as a
ways here.
mediator, blog
Yeah.
being a mediator. If I have an articles like, the best digital marketing agencies or, a lot of service-based things are searched for in the same way that products and companies are the best software, best camping gear. But then there's also like the best agencies or the best Airbnb tax accountants. Blogs can write about all those things and make money off commissions. So there's literally an endless amount of things that can be written about. So the course really helps just hone in on the unique niche of you, what you want to start writing about, and what can make you money.
Yep. Awesome. So let's see. Simcha asks, can Jarvis help with backlinking somehow? And so it's like questions like this that stir up product development in the future. And these are the questions that we actually want to hear. And that's why like the Jarvis Mastermind teamed up with his consulting program is like the perfect match because we're trying to figure out how do we actually really, really help this community and solve their problems one by one, kind of cutting at the edge to expand the Jarvis product into helping SEO, backlinking, all of the things that you might need to do in this process. So this is exactly like that.
Yeah,
So
I like
going
that.
into it, as of right now, Jarvis cannot help with actual backlinking. It can help write your articles, but that's what Surfer will help with is figuring out the keywords to do and other people that are currently ranking for those keywords.
Yeah. And Miguel's question, is the course similar to Blog Growth Engine? It is Blog Growth Engine plus some extra content. So this Jarvis Mastermind is getting exclusive content and a more exclusive community. So you're getting it at a discount and you're getting a community on top of it with all the Jarvis features.
Yep. All right. How did you get the link placements in the blogs already published on HubSpot and add this?
Okay.
I think
Yeah, I
this is
saw
for
you ask
you.
this question a couple times. So getting links it's relationship based. Every single one is a little bit different. So HubSpot and add this, two different situations. One for add this, I reached out via a guest, just that kind of similar outreach strategy, got a hold of them, wrote a guest post for them. And then I had a relationship with them. I think what I did is I add this as like a social media, and they had a social media sharing tool. So I added them to an article of mine and then asked for a link in return. With HubSpot, I also was working really close with them because they were actually writing ghost articles for my blog for a couple months because they saw my blog as a way to get more HubSpot customers. I'm like, yeah, I'll write these articles if you write them for me. So it's based on relationships. And then it was a matter of me going to HubSpot, looking at their Href, seeing where I can get links, and then finding a good spot for a link. But it had to come from my value in return. So it was typically leverage based and creating content on my blog. So HubSpot, I might have been able to ask for a link because I added them, number one, to a sales management software post or a CRM type post, adding them in. So there's these relationships where as an affiliate blogger, you can use your leverage of traffic and sales to get links. You don't always want to do one-on-one link trades, but if it's a brand like HubSpot, yes, you do, because they're a 90+ domain rating site.
Cool. I love it, man. All right, so we'll do maybe 4 more minutes of Q&A, and then we'll hop off. This will be recorded, so you can watch it later, of course. I'll email that. And if you're live, then you got the backlinking training, which Adam so generously gave. That's actually a module from his course, so it's a little taste of the full thing. And then go ahead and get started in the Jarvis Mastermind. In the bottom left-hand corner, you can see there the 2 plans. All right, let's finish up these questions here. So at what point do you start like getting backlinks to your site if you don't already have like a ton of content and value to provide yet to trade? How do you get those backlinks?
Yeah, that's a good question. So a lot of traditional advice is just write like 20 articles, then worry about link building. In our system and our strategy, I make the argument that link building is actually more important than your content at very first, or equally important, I would say. Because when you think about links pointing to your blog, it's almost like the foundation of your house. The wood, the foundation, the drywall is all this link value because it's there and it's propping you up. Whereas the content is like the individual rooms. So I would say if you have a nice looking blog and you have like 3 to 5 articles on it, go after link building. And what you can do is don't say, hello, my name's Adam and I write to 0 readers a month. Can I please guest post for you? You have to find a unique selling point. We go over this in the Authority Flywheel in the course, exactly how to find the unique leverage point for the brand of you. It's kind of a deeper subject, but you have to find something, whether it's professional experience, some little inkling of something to get the snowball rolling. And we'll help you find that in the community as well.
Cool. So you've mentioned Ahrefs a lot. You think it's pretty important?
Yeah, I do. I think it's definitely a good tool to have. You don't need it you don't need full months of it if you're concerned about cost. You can share an account with somebody or you can do the trial. But yeah, it's really good for keyword research, at least initially, to get the ideas for your content going.
Do you think that there's value in repurposing past podcast or YouTube videos into blog posts to kind of get you going?
I think they're a little bit different. So I think that in the world of search, you definitely want, like, I'm just getting into YouTube now. So if you search for my name on YouTube, you'll find my channel. And it's a little bit of a different strategy, but YouTube is also a search engine like Google, and they kind of work together. If you search for some things, you're going to get Google blog listings, maybe a few videos in there. What you need to do is create the blog content first, as a backbone of your business, and then get that ranking, and then worry about adding YouTube into the mix later, because that takes up a lot of time, shooting videos, creating all that content, especially if it's review content and you're an affiliate. People expect a lot more on YouTube when they're reviewing products than just a blog post. That's kind of another benefit of blogging, is you don't need to go super deep and detailed like you do with a YouTube video, but they both work together. I'm creating some YouTube videos now that I embed into my blog posts so that people getting to the blog post see it. You build another audience on YouTube, people searching YouTube, and you're in the recommendation engine there. So they do work together.
Yep. Yeah, this reminds me of like recently I've been going to like white elephant parties for friends where you bring some tacky gift or fun gift. And I just go to Google and like type in top white elephant gifts. And I didn't need to be sold much. It was just like photo, description, and then because they had the ranking, they were at the top, beneath Amazon and stuff. And I'm sure that they got affiliate sales when they linked to the Amazon products.
Yeah, it's interesting when people are looking for product categories, like a list post of options, you don't need to go as deep. Like if it was best web hosting, I'm going to put 20 web hosts: Bluehost, HostGator, SiteGround, and then blurbs and features and sections. And in the course, we actually have templates for exactly how to create this content. But if it's a review article, like Bluehost review, then you need to dive deeper in a blog post. But if you're creating, and the good thing is there's a lot of search volume in the middle. Top of the funnel, middle is like the product category, the list posts. People don't need everything. You just need a little bit of information. Actually, the less that they read, the more that they skim and click the affiliate link to go to those companies, the better. I'd rather have them just find the link, get what they want, click it, go, purchase. They don't have to read anything. So it's all about formatting content that we cover in the course, how to use H2 and H3 headings, how to write titles, how to do all these things to rank.
Cool. I love it, man. Yeah, so there's a lot more, obviously, questions that likely are in that course. You can get a full refund if you don't like it in the next 5 days. So I recommend get your toes wet, jump in there. We won't have time to continue questions here today, but go to Jarvis.ai/mastermind, scan through the content. Each module is pretty well explained about what you'll learn. And thank you so much for joining us live. I'll be emailing 3 things in the follow-up. I'll give you that bonus attendance for the backlinking training. You'll also get the slides today, and you'll get the replay of this video. So with that, thanks so much for showing up, and I will see you soon. Cheers, y'all.
See you soon.